How's it going, everybody? I hope you're all well. Um, so I wanted to talk about um, what I experienced um, when I was 6, which I kind of feel launched was the starting point of my depression and social anxiety disorder, and because I have a, a a great memory. It's a curse because I can remember all the bad stuff since I was 4. That's a gift because I can remember all the good stuff since I was 4. Um, but so long story short, I when I was 6, I came home and um, I was asked by my father if I had homework, um, and I said no because I didn't have homework. Um, he went through my book bag anyways. Um, this is a 260 pound cop who was an alcoholic and found a permission slip that I needed for a field trip. So that was my homework to get it signed. So in his eyes, I lied. So he said, get over here, and proceeded to um, beat me. Um, and and at one point, he even had threatened to beat my twin sister if she didn't listen to him, and actually had her hold my legs while he held my arms and proceeded to beat me. Um, my mother wasn't home. Um, she got home later that um, late afternoon, not knowing what happened. Um, and as she was helping me to bed, um, because I had bunk beds and she's helping me up the ladder, she touched my back and my sides, and I screamed, and she lifted up my shirt and just saw that I was covered in bruises and welts, and asked me what happened. I told her, and confronted my father, and I just heard um, yelling, and then I went to go see what was going on, and I proceeded to see him beat her and throw her across the bedroom into a dresser and then spit on her, um, which is what all real men do, to women. Um, that was me being sarcastic. So that night, she took all of us and we left, and that's when they divorced. But I had to get pictures taken of me not wearing clothes when I was 6. Um, um, and this all everybody goes through traumatic experiences, um, or some form of extreme um, experiences in their life. Um, Maybe not as traumatic, but shortly after that is I remember being depressed since I was 9, and my tics and my social anxiety disorder and my OCD, um, and then later in my teen years thing, going through other experiences like I've talked about in other videos with the um, suicide attempt, and but it all, that's my earliest memory of my earliest bad memory is when I was 6, and that happened, and um, I don't understand how somebody who's supposed to protect and serve the public, let alone, you would think their family would fall under the same category. Um, Someone who's 260 pounds who could do that to a 6-year-old. I'll never, anybody who physically, mentally, or sexually abuses their own child, I'll never understand how you could cause so much pain to something that you created and that you're supposed to nurture and protect and mold and educate. I'll never understand that, but I mean that's what happened. And then as I got older, I literally remembered sitting there still wanting to have a relationship with him and trying to get approval from this man who just everything was, that's nice, that's nice. Anything I ever did or said, or no matter how good I did at something, everything is, that's nice. Just didn't care. And it took me a long time to just come to one day I just said fuck it and said, I don't need to have anything to do with this person because they don't have anything to do with me unless I'm the one who initiates like a phone call. And someone who's just gonna drink themselves to death anyways, which he probably is doing somewhere if he's not already gone. I don't know. Don't care. So my mother is the strongest person I've ever known who can raise 3 kids on her own, and I maybe have gotten messed up from that experience that led to other experiences in my teenage years, and I may have depression, social anxiety disorder, clinical depression, and my Tourette's, and I'm OCD. I may have all these things, but that's what makes me me. Um, and I've learned to live with that and accept that. Um, my favorite quote of all time is I'd rather you hate me for who I am than love me for somebody I'm not. Um, I mean, I probably have said that before. I don't know. I think I have. Can't remember that for some reason, which is funny. Um, but it's okay to, if you've been through something, it's okay to share it with somebody. It's okay, you know, um, if you don't feel like talking, you could write down what you like to say, like in a letter, like write a letter or a paragraph, whatever you need to do, and give it to somebody that really means a lot to you or is close to you. That or if you don't want to tell that people you don't want to share with people because you fear you're going to be criticized and it's for sympathy or something like that. Go to a therapist. That's what they're there for. Um, the coping with things and going through life and dealing with the experiences make you a stronger person. Um, if you've been through so many bad things in your life, you can only go up. Like they say, once you hit rock bottom, you can only go up. But it does shape you into the person you are. The side effects may be depression and social anxiety, and I was scared of loud noises because of his screaming and him hitting things so hard, or myself, that I was afraid of fireworks till I was, I think, 15 years old. Anytime anybody used a hammer, my nerves were just shot, and I couldn't be around loud bangs. It would freak me out. Um, so it's pretty much like PTSD or something. And you know, but I'm not telling you this because I want sympathy. I'm not telling you this because I want to bring make people sad or anything like that. I'm telling you because I'm just sharing my experience when I went through it. Just letting you know that it's okay to share, because talking helps a lot. Helps a lot. You know, I talk to my best friends all the time. You know, about when I'm feeling really depressed or having thoughts of cutting or suicidal thoughts, and um, just really miserable. But they're there for me. They're my brothers, just not my. I mean, not only my biological brother, but they my best friends that have become my brothers, and they've been through stuff in their lives, and I have a friend, one of my best friends. His father put a gun to his head when he was 6 years old. Same age, and it was over a completely different scenario. But you know the the effects, when you're that young, just that you're a sponge and you absorb as you get older, um, and then when you go through traumatic scenarios or experiences when you're in teens, or I mean it can happen anytime. I mean people get PTSD from going off to other countries and being in wars or fights, and so I mean it's um, my night terrors I've had for 16 years, and they're not it's not as if every night I'm reliving what happened to me when I was 6, or when I was in my teens, or anything that happened when I was in my late teens, um, or early 20s with other stuff. Um, it's just random. Every now and then I'll relive something, but for the most part they just involve death with my majority time of myself, or loved ones, or just really weird scenarios that are just extreme, and force me to wake up, and nothing seems to help. But my point is, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and just let you know that it's okay to share, and if you've been through similar things, feel free to let me know. You don't have to, because I know it's personal. I I I'm telling you what happened, just so that you know that you're not the only one if you've been through similar situations or situation like I stated. Um, but I hope you guys are all doing well, and if you guys have any questions, feel free anytime to ask. And I hope you're all doing well. Bye.